Hi and welcome to Unit 14 of Interchange Book 1, and we're going to look at some more kinds of questions with how. So let's get started. Fee and Darlene are studying together in the park. They're researching for an assignment about Egypt.
Wow, the climate in Egypt is so crazy.
I know. I couldn't live anywhere with a desert. It's too hot.
How hot is it there?
It gets up to about 136 degrees Fahrenheit.
But that's only in the daytime.
How cold is it at night?
It goes down to about 40 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's so cold. The Sahara is huge, too.
How big is it?
It's almost 10 million square kilometers. It's the biggest desert in the world.
The longest river is in Egypt too.
The Nile? How long is it?
It's 6,853 kilometers long.
Cool. Egypt is such an interesting place.
So the girls used lots of how questions that we haven't seen before. And the how questions that we're going to study today are how far for distance, how high for height, how long for length, how deep for depth, how big for area, and how hot or cold for temperature. So let's look at our first question, which asks how far. Okay, so how far comes here in the question word position, and how far is the whole question word. Okay, and in the auxiliary position we are going to always have the verb be. Okay, and if the verb be is there, that means we never have anything here in the main verb position. Okay, if be is here in the auxiliary, it always acts as the main verb. So the question is, how far is my house from your house? And we can see in the picture that the distance is 5 kilometers, and we are measuring distance. So the answer is nice and simple. It's about 5 kilometers from my house. So the next question we have how big. And how big is for area. And again we have how big is the complete question word, and we have be in the auxiliary position. And because of that, we have no main verb. So how big is the football field? So when we talk about area, our answer has to have square. So the unit of measurement we're using is meters. So we would say it's 7,140 square meters. Okay, square is the term we use for area. The next one, how high is the skyscraper? And we're talking about height. So how high is the skyscraper? Well, we can see by the picture that it's 546 meters. So when we answer the question, we have to say it's 546 meters high. Okay? When we talk about height and how high is the question word, the response should always end in high. So not it's 546 meters. We need to say it's 546 meters high. How long? So how long is the new highway? And we can see it's 30 kilometers. So it's 30 kilometers, and again for this one we use long. It's 30 kilometers long. So when we talk about length in the response, we need to add long. How deep? Okay, so depth. So depth is when we talk about maybe how deep is the ocean, or in this example, how deep is the pool. Okay, and we can see by the image that it's 6 meters. Okay, and again, it's 6 meters deep. Okay, we need to add the word from the question word. How deep is the pool? It's 6 meters deep. Okay, we need to add that. How hot is it in spring? So for how hot, we're talking about temperature. And the correct phrase to use when we answer questions like this is it gets up to, okay? So it gets up to, and then about 22 Celsius or 70 Fahrenheit. So it depends what country you're in, whether you use Celsius and Fahrenheit. For example, here in Costa Rica or in England, where I'm from, we would use Celsius, but the United States use Fahrenheit. And when we ask how cold, it's a little bit different. The phrase now is, instead of it gets up to, it goes down to, okay? So how cold is it in winter? It goes down to about 0 Celsius or 32 Fahrenheit. So let's look at this example. The question is, how big is your city? And we have 3 responses, but only one is correct. Okay, so how big is your city? So the first answer is, it's about 38 kilometers from my city. Okay, so if we have this structure, we know we're asking for distance. And what we want to know is how big. Okay, we want to know the area. So this is incorrect. The next one, it uses kilometers again, and it ends in long. And the question again wasn't asking for length, it was asking for area. So this one is incorrect. And this last one, it's 380 square kilometers. Well, this one's correct, and we can see because we've used square. And square is what we talk about when we talk about area. So this is the correct response. How big is your city? It's 380 square kilometers. And this next one, how hot is the desert? Well, this first response is wrong. Okay, we've asked for how hot, which is temperature. So it's 5,000 kilometers long? No, this is for length. Okay, so this next one, it goes down to about 45 Celsius. Okay, so this is wrong because we're talking about how hot. We use this it goes down to structure when we're talking about how cold. So the correct answer is, it gets up to about 45 Celsius. Okay, so now if you would like to do some more practice in the activity below, and we'll see you next time. Bye.